M-U-N-I-T-Y. Here to break the cycle, this is vital more than you and I. Yeah, it's exciting, it don't matter what your title is. You can grab a friend or two or three or four and invite them in. It's the simply cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good time. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. It's that simply cyber, bring a good vibe. It's the live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. Dr. Auger is a OG, got that potion, the elixir, got devotion to all those who keep us showing up to witness. Spit the tricks and quips and all the tips to raise your cyber fitness. Switching up the routines, pass it off to James quicker. Keep the people smiling, hit that follow, that's a good decision. Every week, today, tomorrow, I encourage y'all to listen. We gon' teach y'all way more than how to protect yourselves from phishing. More like being confident so you can recognize a vision. On a mission, it's official, we gon' get through all these issues. Time for jaw jacking, baby, this is more than a tradition, yeah. Oh, I can't forget to recognize the mods. They the engine, they the reason that you leave and feeling charged. It's that simply cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. It's that simply cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. Yeah. What else can I say? I hope you find some value in this place and have yourself an awesome day. Simply Cyber's here to stay. So let's all put our hands together ready. Time to hang with Dr. A.
All right, good Monday morning, everybody. How you doing? Today is May 19th, 2025. This is episode 880, area code for Taunton, Massachusetts, back in the 90s. Good morning, everybody. We got a great show for you today. This is the Daily Cyber Threat Brief presented by Simply Cyber. I am your host, Dr. Gerald Auger. Not only is this the SANS Difference Maker Podcast of the Year award-winning show, but it's also a good time. Every weekday morning, we're coming here bringing the heat. Good morning, Phil Stafford, Elliot Matisse, the West Coast contingent getting up early, chasing the sun. Guys, we're going to be going over the top cybersecurity news stories over the next hour. And me, you, Mara Levy, Keith Sloan, Senfilis out of Poland, Marlon Johnson, Marcus Kyler in and out because he's got something going on, John De La Cruz, and KPDP down the hall. We're all going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day. I'll be giving my expert opinion and analysis on each of those stories on what it means to you as a practitioner. So how can you use this information tactically to drive cyber risk reduction for your business stakeholders, as well as leveling yourself up as a professional, having the right answers at the right time. And if you're looking to break into the industry, this show is also for you, because you will be asked at any job interview, how do you stay current on the industry? Let me repeat that. You will be asked at any job interview in cybersecurity, how do you stay current on the industry? The Daily Cyber Threat Brief is one of those answers that is a banger of an answer, especially if you engage, pay attention, listen to the stories, try to distill out the deeper meanings, and most importantly, network with each other. I see Tech Grunt in chat. Saw pictures of Tech Grunt at B-Sides Tampa. Oh my God, Roswell, UK, please stop. All right, hey guys, we got a great one for you. I'm super excited. I want you to know, of all the stories that we're going to be going over today, I literally have no idea what they're going to be. Do you know why? Because I don't research or prep for these shows. Honestly,
ain't nobody got time for that.
Thank you. Ain't nobody got time for that. I came in hot last night off the road, 6-hour road trip, really 7.5 when you have kids and a dog, potty breaks and stops, coming from Florida, got in late, made the transition into home life, and getting up early. You might hear I have a little bit of a sinus congestion thing. Good news is it's non-transferable through a microphone, nor with two turntables and a microphone if you want to upgrade that. What's up, Captain Columbia in the hizzy? Guys, I want you to know that every single Daily Cyber Threat Brief is sponsored, which I'm very grateful for. Not only does it allow me to be able to bring the show for you worry-free, and be able to level up the program, but also because I identify and stand by these partners in our industry. I'm very happy to be above board and helping bring, basically light to these partners to the community and others. First of all, let's just do a little bit of, what do they call it? Sponsor reads. And then we're going to tell you about how this show can save you CPEs, as well as it is Simply Cyber's Community Member of the Week. On Mondays, we do a fun thing. And because ThreatLocker sponsors the Community Member of the Week, I have the privilege to be able to give that community member $100 Amazon gift card or $100+ worth of merch. Roswell, UK, please. As a GRC professional and as an absolute neurotic person, please connect with me and tell me what you want. It's killing me not being able to check that off my to-do list. All right, guys. So, hey, really quickly, did you know Antisyphon training is absolutely dope? Guys, June 16th through June 19th, so just about a month away. You still have time to operate. Augusta Delgado just buffer overflowed my brain with Let's Go Team Solo Operators. You still have time to schedule and coordinate to make this training work. Active Defense and Cyber Deception with John Strand is a 4-day, 4-hour per day, so 16 total hours, which, by the way, is 16 CPEs on the side. Good morning, AA Witherspoon. You can learn active defense techniques, which is like honeypots, canary tokens, honey servers, honey accounts, really, really interesting strategies. This is accessible to people who are junior in industry, although I will say that of all the courses John Strand teaches, which you can take for free, this one is probably the more advanced one, the more complicated one. I would suggest you take it, but you might not get all the value unless you've taken some other, prior IT foundational stuff. But anyways, Active Defense, Cyber Deception. If you want to know more, I literally have a video on my YouTube channel, Simply Cyber, going through my experience of taking this course. It is awesome. It's so much fun. It's so educational. It's CPEs for days, and you could take it for free. If you have taken this course, let us know in chat, but I'm just a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of John Strand. I'm a huge fan of this class. I'm going to pin it until we have something else to pin it. Thank you, John Strand, for disrupting the cybersecurity training industry and inspiring me in Simply Cyber Academy to do similar things. Guys, I also want to tell you about Fortify 365. Now, many of you know Fortify 365. This is Eric Taylor, Barricade Cyber's solution. This is a nice package solution. Guys, you might have heard of like CIS standards, right? Best practices on configuration and hardening of your environments. Do you know how to do your Azure environment? You might not. Is your Microsoft 365 environment secure? With business email compromise attacks on the rise, your entire operation could be at risk. Fortify 365 from Barricade Cyber Solutions is your defensive shield. Their team of experts implements proven security standards to protect your business from cyber threats, ensure compliance, and safeguard your sensitive data. And they've helped countless organizations strengthen their M365 defenses, including my own. So I have firsthand experience with Eric and his work. With tailored solutions that address real-world threats, don't wait until a breach to take action. Visit Fortify365.com today to learn how they can help you. Guys, if you have an Office 365 environment, M365, you're remotely in Azure, it really would benefit you to just go to Fortify365.com and review, look at what it is. Eric Taylor, solid guy. Barricade Cyber, solid company. They've been around with Simply Cyber for years. I vouch for them, and I vouch for this service. So check it out if it fits your business needs. All right, finally, let's do ThreatLocker's ad read. Simply because I haven't queued up the podcast yet because I'm an absolute dummy. We'll do that, and when I come back, CPEs for everybody. Let's go. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, ThreatLocker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Well, worry no more. You can harden your security with ThreatLocker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust ThreatLocker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. ThreatLocker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Heroes support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how ThreatLocker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit threatlocker.com. Alrighty. Hey, so every single episode of Daily Cyber Threat Brief, like Malware Trini knows, Bruce and Hacks knows, Bethany Paul knows, every episode is worth half a CPE. So say what's up in chat, it goes above my head, then grab a screenshot. If you time it right, the Chiron ticker at the bottom, which is about to say it right now. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Half a CPE right there. Grab a screenshot. Make sure it says May 19th, like the title of the YouTube video. That is evidence to support. Now, do check your certification body's CPE policy. This show is an instructor-led webinar. It does qualify a bunch of things. I had a qualifying question late last night I had to respond to. Someone asked if they watch a recording, is it still considered live because I'm live when it happens? You might want to ask the certification body how they justify these things. But I'm telling you, what we're not doing here is shenanigans. This is real news, real instructor-led stuff, and if I have to wear a tie to make it official, I'll add one in post with AI. But dude, just because it's fun doesn't mean it's not work or real. So get in here, get your CPEs, and get going. As always, I'm super excited to be here. Thank you, Haircut Fish. Guys, do me a favor, everyone. Sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over us all in an awesome wave. Guys, I just want you to know, if today's your first episode, do me a favor, drop a hashtag first timer in chat. Hashtag first timer in chat. We have a special sound effect. We have a special emote, and we want to use the crap out of them. So squad members, if you see a first timer, you know what to do. And if you're a first timer or your first time ever messaging in chat, maybe you've been lurking quietly around but not jumping in there. We know there's a lot of people who have been around and haven't said what's up. Make today the day you do it. Just get the welcome to the party, pals. All right, everybody, sit back, relax. Let's get cooking. Let me know how the audios are. I got the mic juiced right now.
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Monday, May 19th, 2025. I'm Steve Prentice. Scattered Spider facilitates UK retail hacks and is moving to the US. This announcement comes from cybersecurity experts from Google. The Scattered Spider group has been linked to the attacks on UK retailers Marks & Spencer, the Co-op and Harrods, and now also unnamed retailers in the US are being impacted. Charles Carmichael, the chief technology officer at Google's Mandiant unit, said, quote, the threat had moved to the US in a pattern typical of Scattered Spider assailants, end quote. And this points out the way in which they focus on a particular industry sector and geography for a few weeks and then move on. One of the gang's specific techniques is to make phone calls to IT help desks pretending to be an employee or a contractor in order to gain access to company systems.
All right. Hey, lurker mode activated. I love it. Quinn, what's up? SB Dubs, what's up? Welcome to the party, pal. All right, so Scattered... Oh, wait, hold on. You guys don't want to look at me. Scattered Spider is to use advanced is a bit, but they are a persistent threat. They are, if you don't remember, Scattered Spider is basically the UK/Brazil cyber threat actor group that is mostly composed of younger, I would guess, men. We've already seen one of them get arrested in the UK as like the ringleader, but their brash techniques, they're kind of grandiose and braggadocious. Oof, getting my GRE word scores in, a little bit of a flex here for, do you still have to take the GREs to get into master's programs? That's how old I am. I don't even know if you need to do that. But anyways, these guys would just be like kind of arrogant and very loud. They would threaten IT people. They were famously kind of splashed on the scene with the, I believe they were the MGM the MGM Resorts and Caesars attack a couple years ago, which resulted in DEF CON moving. So like indirect value. So they're very dangerous. Okay. Basically. So a lot of threat actor groups are a little bit older, in age, and they'll have a certain, I guess, demographic that they like to hit, a certain TTPs or techniques they like to use. And they kind of stick with it because, let's be honest, if you've ever met someone with, gray in their beard who works in IT, they're kind of set in their ways, right? They've got a bunch of scripts that they've written that do a lot of their job. They like to sit back and kick it. There's a reason the stereotype of the IT person is like Cheetos cheese dust and like not having a tan, like having a monitor burn on their skin, right? Because they're kind of dug in. These guys are young and hungry, so they pivot quite a bit. They have what feels like ADD or ADHD tendencies with kind of like quickly moving around and pivoting. I don't know. I did not hear that Scattered Spider was the threat actor going after the retail industry in UK, but if that is in fact attributed, that would check out. So they made a lot of money, and they're continuing to move on and possibly targeting United States companies. Now, here is the TLDR for everybody, okay? Number one, part of their TTPs, which is not exclusive, but part of their TTPs is calling help desk and trying to get passwords reset. I have heard, although I don't have firsthand knowledge of this, that they will call help desk and just straight up threaten the person who answers the phone, meaning they figure out who answers the phone, do some OSINT on that person, and then, basically threaten their personal life. Like, oh, hey, like, this is Carl. Thanks for calling help desk. This is Carl. What can I do for you? Hey, Carl, I know your dad's Rick. I know your dad, Rick, lives at this address. Reset the president's email password, or we're going to go to Rick's address and make bad happen, right? Very, very compromising, very, very threatening. Again, I've heard that. I don't know definitively if that is the case. However, your best practices here is ensuring that support desk, help desk, especially at larger organizations, are aware of this attack, thinking through the scenarios, and really empowering your help desk to be able to either take action or to, almost give them the equivalent of like the little buzzer under the desk for bank tellers who are getting robbed, right? Sure, I'll reset the account. Sure, I'll, set MFA, but like have them have like a blow off valve that immediately disables that account or something. I don't know what the right answer is. And for everybody in your organization, you've got to you basically got to test the waters, right? If you shut off the domain admin's account, is that a problem? Maybe, maybe not. If you shut off the CEO's account or CFO, is that a problem? Maybe, maybe not. Probably, right? But the threat vector here is really around support desk. So be mindful of that. Also want to say what's up to Brian O. Welcome to the party, pal. Also, if anyone sees Chris Rock, please let me know. Say hi. I was teasing about Chris Rock being a male model last week, and then he went dark. So I want to make sure I didn't upset him.
Defend Not tool can disable Microsoft Defender. This tool, spelt as one word, Defend Not, is built by a developer who goes by the handle ES3N1N. Defend Not can disable Microsoft Defender on Windows devices simply by registering a fake antivirus product, even when no real antivirus is installed. As reported in Bleeping Computer, the tool, quote, utilizes an undocumented Windows Security Center API that antivirus software uses to tell Windows it is installed and is now managing the real-time protection for the device, end quote. When this happens, Windows automatically disables Microsoft Defender to avoid conflicts from running multiple security applications on the same device. Microsoft has since taken steps to detect and quarantine this specific tool.
All right. So we do see this from time to time. So really quickly, the TLDR here is there's an undocumented function in Windows operating system that if you call it and use it, you can trick the Windows operating system into thinking that it's supposed to use this security technology instead of any other one, right? Like Windows Defender in this case. So because of it not wanting to conflict and have good user experience, it will disable Windows Defender thinking, hey, I'm doing a good thing because this person is protected. And in reality, there's no protection at all. Now, I do want to call attention to two things. One, the immediate issue here, and one that I will be doing right after this stream, is looking up how this has been fixed. My thoughts are this has been patched, right? You gotta patch it. They said that it'll detect in quarantine, but like I want to make sure that my computers that I use are not susceptible to this. So I'm sure it'll be a quick little check. If it's super easy, I will I'll make a little YouTube short or something if people would like that, just to kind of make it very digestible. But at the end of the day, this isn't something I want, and it sounds like Microsoft has sorted it out. The bigger story here, and one for everybody to kind of take note of, is more advanced. First of all, this is very, very clever. To find an undocumented Windows function or API is great, right? Like that means this person like ripped apart the binary or somehow did fuzzing and found this function. So good. Second of all, well, really, there's two lessons learned here. Number two, listen, I get that developers are going to develop and like let the engineers be free. Let them take the what do the women call the thing that they put in their hair and the ponytail scrunchies? Let them take the scrunchie out and let their hair flow. Let this man cook. Right? Yeah, that's great. Let the engineers and the devs go free, okay? But they still need a fence around them, okay? You cannot develop functions and APIs and functionality and just forget to document it. Okay? I get it. Documentation's lame, man. Don't harsh my mellow, bro. Okay, Silicon Valley. Listen, when you don't document everything, you get stuff like this. It's unnecessary risk exposure. Literally. It's like standing up infrastructure that's internet facing and telling nobody about it. You are introducing exposure that basically doesn't meet the very foundational basic controls of cybersecurity programs, which would be CIS-1 control or CIS-2 control, asset inventory of hardware and software, or dare I say the identify function in NIST CSF. We can do this all day. I can go across any framework. They were all there, and they're all considered foundational. You need inventory. And like when you've got developers introducing new function inventory into your environment with no exposure, bro, it's like what's the equivalent of this? It's like it's like wearing a hospital gown. And it's like a full gown, and then the developers come in the back, and they take scissors. They don't just untie your gown. They take scissors, and they cut up on either side, and then across the back, and basically expose your whole backside. But when you look down at yourself, you're like, hey, all right, I'm about to walk out into the hallway. I'm about to say hi to everybody. Let me check myself out. This is the vulnerability scan. Everything looks good here, and in reality, your entire backside is exposed because nobody told you that the developers cut that part out. And by cut it out, added it. The final thing, so educate your developers, right? And then the final thing to point out is this right here is in my opinion, a category of security research and something you should always be mindful of. Whether it's the operating system operating at the kernel level, or it is a security tool like an EDR tool, which in this case, it's not the EDR tool doing it, but I want to bring it up because it does happen. Remember, your EDR tools that can quarantine anything, they are operating at the kernel level. They have full visibility at the base level because you want your EDR security tools to see everything and take action on everything. But it's a double-edged sword. That EDR tool has massive permissions. So if a threat actor can get control of that or dupe it in some way, they can get it to shut things off or disable things or make configurations that lead the system to be less secure. So just be mindful. EDR is great, but dude, a handgun can be used against you, right? Just the same as you can be used for home protection. Yes, as DJ Bisek puts, my example of the hospital gown is business in the front, party in the back. Let's go.
FBI warns government officials about new waves of deepfakes. Since April 2025, the FBI has warned of a cyber campaign targeting current and former U.S. government officials using AI-generated deepfake voice messages and texts impersonating senior officials. The threat actors send malicious links specifically regarding transition from one messaging platform to another. The FBI, of course, urges vigilance, reminding people to check for subtle errors in messaging and to be wary of unnatural speech or visuals. Rogue.
Yeah, okay. Yes, you should be on the lookout for unnatural speech or behaviors. How about also, I don't know why they buried the lead here. Educate your workforce. Bro, if you get an official communication from somebody and the very first thing they're asking you to do is go over to a different messaging app, alarm bells should be going off. It's like you're not Winston. I forget the guy's name in Lock, Stock. But you're carrying a 50-pound bag of fertilizer and a half-passed out girl down the street. Alarm bells are going off, okay? It's clear what you're up to. Dude, you have official channels, and this is like senior government officials. I guess they're trying to like flex with authority to concern people. And I get it, guys. Like, I've gotten letters, like official letters from lawyers before, and it's very jarring. I've gotten, I'm the kind of person, like, it doesn't happen as much anymore in my life, but even when I was younger and it happened a bit more, like when I have to interact with the police, like, it's not, I'm not joking around. You know what I mean? I'm not like these freaking viral videos where punks are being punks to law enforcement. I'm quite serious. So, like, I get how this can engage people and get them, but dude, you gotta educate people. You gotta let them know. I will let you know really quickly. We will be having Perry Carpenter do a lunch and learn, which is lunch and learn are these like 1 hour live stream professional webinar series that we've launched kind of through Simply Cyber Academy. And you'll get like a 1 hour webinar, a CPE, but you'll also learn a practical skill. And Perry Carpenter's coming in early June. I'll get the exact dates, but just a few weeks from now. And he's going to do like a deep fake AI lunch and learn. So you don't schedule around that one for sure. Deep fakes, it's a thing, guys. Just, you got to hammer your end users and your family, okay? Not hammer them, like punch them. Like, you gotta hammer this information in. This is coming. It's here already. It's only going to get better. It's only going to get more prolific. It's only going to come out like more of a fire hose, okay? You ever seen that meme gif where there's like the guy standing in the water with a fishing net and they're trying to catch fish, and then all of a sudden there's like an unbelievable force of fish coming through? Hold on, I'm going to pull that up. Because a visual, you guys know I'm a visual communicator. That's why infographics are so, hold on, too many, I guess. What's the rate? Oh my God. There's I guess I'll flip it over to the Gen Zs. You know what I'm talking about. There's an animated GIF of a guy, like it's like a couple guys holding like a net in the water, and they're trying to catch fish, and they just get washed over.
Devices found in Chinese-made power inverters. U.S. security experts have discovered hidden kill switches and undocumented cellular radios in Chinese-made power inverters used in U.S. and European solar farms. These rogue devices could allow Beijing to remotely disable parts of the power grid during a conflict, raising serious national security concerns. While inverters typically allow remote access for maintenance, experts found covert communication hardware not listed in product documentation. Over the past 9 months, similar devices were found in batteries from multiple Chinese suppliers. The presence of such hidden systems suggests a potential for remote sabotage of critical energy infrastructure by foreign actors.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I mean, we're dancing on the knife's edge here between like xenophobia and national security. So I'm just going to report it the way that it is objectively, okay? China definitely floated the balloon across the U.S., okay? China has been almost definitively attributed through Volt Typhoon, Flax Typhoon, thank you, Justin, Salt Typhoon, okay? These 3 typhoons, and the typhoon is the Microsoft naming convention, have been attributed as deeply entrenching themselves in United States critical infrastructure to include telecommunications, so like phones, ISPs, so internet, and energy grids, including solar. Guys, I'm telling you, like, I don't know what the long-term play is, but when you are entrenched, the reason it's called critical infrastructure is because it's critical to society that depends on it. If you have the ability to shut off an entire solar farm, okay, that's not like immediately a problem, but it will be a problem very, very quickly, right? We've seen this playbook. Russia did it to Ukraine in 2014 or 17. I think it did it twice, shutting off the power to Kiev, maybe. Either way, they shut off the power on Christmas Eve. It's very cold, right? So think back to Texas 2 years ago, where I think it was like a blizzard. Like Texas was like freezing cold or something like that, and people like the power grid couldn't take it, and people were dying because of it, right? Like it's serious, guys. Okay. Also, flip the other side. Shut this off, and now all of a sudden you have no power to run technology, no power to run communications, no power to run air conditioning. The implications are huge. Now, this guy right here, Mike Rogers, look at this photo. This photo almost looks like it's AI generated, but this guy looks ultra pissed, and he's the former director of the NSA. If this guy looks this mad, I'm feeling pretty upset myself. Here's the deal, guys. Me and you, there's nothing we can do for our I guess here's the TLDR. You can use this. There's a lot of work here, okay? Check it out. You get some technology into your environment. There's undocumented remote access solutions here, okay? What you can do is you can set up this technology. You can monitor this traffic using a span port. You can look for unexpected data call or data communications to unknown infrastructure, which is good because you might identify a compromise. You may identify undocumented functions and access. You might find these kill switches. That is a lot of work. Many of us just go take the Amazon package off your doorstep, crack open the box, plug it in. Maybe you go that extra step and configure it to be secure, and then you call it a day. Very, very uncommon to like run it through the paces, okay? But if you have dependencies, if it is serious, this is the techniques you would use to further get assurance that it is secure. This is where the difference between assurance and security come up, all right? You may have heard of information assurance, right? Not to be a total nerd, but my one of my master's degrees is in information assurance, right? So that's one of the differences. You're assuring the expectation of what you see. The integrity of it is consistent with the belief of what it is. You're validating it, okay? For your own personal self, I mean, if you want, it's a risk-based decision, guys. You can buy generators to run your business or power plant. MUSC, the Medical University of South Carolina, downtown Charleston, they've got an entire power plant with generators on the roof. They test them regularly. They're diesel powered. Now, it's not for a cyber attack. It's for a flood, which happens all the time in Charleston. But my point is, you got to do the risk calculation. If you lost power, how bad is that? Probably really bad. What's the likelihood of losing power? Probably not very high. So now we're talking black swan events, and do you want to invest in it? It's all about risk-based decisions, guys. GRC, Some people will tell you GRC is dumb. Some people will say that. I'm not one of those people. I'm one of those people that believes it's deliberate and thoughtful and actually enables you to make strategic decisions around resource allocation that isn't haphazard and just, we'll throw money over here and see what happens.
Huge thanks to our sponsor, Conveyor.
Not showing the Conveyor graphic because I wasn't provided one.
Are you dealing with security questionnaire chaos this week? If so, get Conveyor's AI to knock them out for you. Connect Conveyor to any source, easily upload any format of questionnaire, or use the browser extension for portals, and their AI handles the rest. From parsing the questions to generating answers and auto-tagging collaborators. Let Conveyor do the work for you. Learn more at conveyor.com, that is conveyor.com.
Really quick shout out to Justin Gold with the quick resource. This is it right here. This is a visual representation of what deepfakes looks like to your end users. Ready? Right here is 2025, yada, yada, yada. And enter 2026 into the chat, and there you go. So it's coming. Your choices are go underwater and stick your head under there and pretend it's not happening, or actually address the threat. Either way, it's coming. All right, let's do this. All right, y'all. Holla, 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 holla. That's right, Eric Taylor. Good morning. Oh, looks like GRC's got you again. Configuration set in place that you cannot say GRC is dumb. We're censoring. All right, guys, holla. Let me tell you what. I want to say thank you to all of you for being here today. 433 of you people. I hope you had a great weekend, recharged. I myself visited family with my family, so we had a big family meetup. It was great. For those who went to B-Sides Tampa, I hope you had a great time. Shout out, I saw FedEx posted some pictures online and in social Discord. A lot of great people. Shout out to Chuck Sapp. Woo! I saw that guy's deck. His deck. Very awesome. Very impressive. Guys, I do want to say shout out to the stream sponsors, Barricade, Antisyphon, ThreatLocker, and Delete Me. Allow me a moment, if you will, to tell you really quickly about Delete Me. Guys, Delete Me makes it easy, quick, and safe to remove your personal data online at a time when surveillance and data breaches are common enough to make everyone vulnerable. It's easier than ever to find personal information about people online. Having your address, your phone number, family members' names hanging out on the internet can have actual consequences in the real world and makes everyone vulnerable. This is absolutely true. As someone with an active online presence, privacy is really important to me. Guys, I just spent the weekend with my family, right? I love my family. I work hard for my family. But I choose privacy. I don't want people to know where my kids are. I don't want people to know where I live, unless I want you to know. It should be my choice, just like it should be your choice what people know about you. Privacy doesn't mean you're hiding something. Privacy means that you're being deliberate and, responsible with your own personal data. Take control of your data. Keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me Now at a special discount. For Simply Cyber listeners, you get 20% off your Delete Me plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/simplycyber and use promo code simplycyber at checkout. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/simplycyber and enter code simplycyber at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/simplycyber, code simplycyber. Holla, holla, holla. Guys, every single day of the week has a special. Guys, you guys are so bad. Good morning. I do want to say shout out to all the kids in Carline, all the parents who are making their kids listen to this. Kids, we're having a good time up in here.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Right? Kids recognizing the memes?
Catch me outside. How about that?
All right. Hey, guys, every single day of the week has a special segment. I'm super happy that Mondays is the Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week, presented and sponsored by ThreatLocker. ThreatLocker brings a deny by default approach to application security, and they also love recognizing a Simply Cyber Community Member, which means this person is going to get a $100 Amazon gift card or merch, their choice. Ladies and gentlemen, he was actually recognized as a community member early last year, before we introduced the sponsorship, but he continues to deliver it. And I got to tell you, I mean, just as a perfect example, boom, right on track. He's always engaging. If you've seen him in Discord, he is quick to respond, very helpful. He's got his own story, and he's always talking about water, wastewater. Ladies and gentlemen, your Simply Cyber Community Member of the Week, this guy right here, Upstate's own Justin Gold. Justin, congratulations. Thank you so much for all you do for the community. And anyone that's benefited from Justin knows exactly why he's awesome. Let's go. Alpha Sierra, lead us off. All right. Let's finish strong, everybody. We got a show to do.
Japan enacts proactive cyber defense law. Last Friday, Japan enacted a new law that would give its authorities the ability to, quote, preemptively engage with adversaries through offensive cyber operations to ensure threats are suppressed before they cause significant damage, end quote. This law was originally proposed in 2022 and is intended to help Japan strengthen its cyber defense to, quote, a level equal to major Western powers, end quote, and marks a break from the country's traditional approach to cyber defense, which had tracked closely to its Article 9 constitutional commitment to pacifism. SEC social media.
All right. Yeah, I mean, pacifism is a great idea. In theory, it's a great philosophical discussion, but I don't know. I mean, if you've read Wheel of Time and you talk about the travelers, right, the tinkerers, and their approach to pacifism, you know, it does have its drawbacks, right? So if someone just comes in and like takes your things, you're like okay with that, you know. So Japan is now authorizing the ability to attack and neutralize threats. This is very on brand with more modern policy around defend forward, which is a funny term, but it basically means doing threat hunting in other people's environments under the auspices that you're defending. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. We talked about this on Jaw-Jacking panel on Friday, whether or not countries, businesses, individual citizens should be hacking back. We had a really lively discussion about that. If you're interested, go check the stream from last Friday. We talked for about 10 minutes about it. Yeah, so Japan is stepping forward. Now, obviously, this capability, you don't just turn on and all of a sudden you're like nation state level threat actor hacking around. You do have to build this up. It does take a couple years. The nice thing is Japan is BFFs with the United States, BFFs with other kind of Western democracy, NATO countries. So like the Dutch, Netherlands, right? They're really into being good at law enforcement. Poland, you Polish people, Senfilist, they're good. So Japan has a lot of mentors, if you will, to look at and go from zero to hero a lot faster than some of the other individuals who kind of like did it before them. You can see here they want to equal or exceed the capabilities of other major countries and the U.S., European countries. This is what I'm saying. Like they're going to stand on the shoulders of giants and go for it. This is great. This is great. Guys, it's 2025. The internet is a battle space. countries, organizations, critical infrastructure, public-private sector entanglements, SaaS products that support businesses and countries, they're all intertwined. And I say this all the time. There's only one internet. There's only one internet. There isn't like in the real world, like in the physical world, you could say, oh, that's a government building. That's a government campus. Like, you can't get on there. Try to go to Area 52. Try to get onto the NIST campus in Maryland. Try to go to the NSA. You can't get there because there's physical controls. It's clearly delineated. If you wanted to not get shot by, if you don't want to catch a stray bullet or something, stay out of an active battle war zone, right? But on the internet, there's only one internet. So the same place my Aunt Dorothea buys a Ninja blender is the same place that Russia sends denial of service attacks onto Ukrainian government websites. It's the same place that my buddy's parents get a phishing scam email and taken for 5Gs, thinking that their computer's infected. So yes, I'm surprised Japan has held out as long as they did. You've got to be real. Dude, it's like, come on. It's the same thing. Where's my phishing thing? Where's my phishing? Where? Fishies? It's this. This is 100%, right? Like, you could try to be the net guy and be like, oh no, we're just going to pretend it's 1999. Ooh, look at these threats. And then it's like, dude, it's 2025. Look at the network traffic. All those fish, it's network packets, bro. You're going to get crushed. So stop putting your head in the sand and get after it. So way to go, Japan. Welcome to the party, pal.
Media hacker gets a 14-month sentence. Following up on a story we covered in February, Alabama resident Eric Council Jr. is now facing this sentence for hacking into the Twitter/X account of the Securities and Exchange Commission. He achieved this by executing a SIM swap, and his motive was to create fraudulent posts through the SEC's account that would alter the market value of Bitcoin. In addition to the sentence, Council must forfeit $50,000, and following the sentence will face, quote, 3 years of supervised release with the condition that he not use computers to access the dark web or commit further identity fraud, end quote.
All right. So this lone wolf, okay, not to be confused with DayZ lone wolf YouTube videos, which is like kind of saturated my algorithm. This lone wolf hacker guy tried to do a SIM swap so he can make some straight cash, homie. Straight cash, homie. And he was going to do a popular attack. He was going to create fake social media posts to cause market manipulation, and then he was going to cash in. Now, what I do think is funny is, I do think it's funny. There's such a, I'm going to tinfoil hat in a hot minute. This guy committed a crime. He's being held accountable. He will be he'll probably be let out for good behavior. I don't think 14 months is, I mean, dude, I don't want to spend a single hour in prison. Okay. So I'm not downplaying this, but I am saying for potentially trying to commit market manipulation and massive fraud, you know, that's not a bad sentencing, okay? Obviously, he's not allowed on the dark web or he can only use like a speak and spell or whatever. But I do find it kind of funny, okay? Really quick tinfoil hat time. This guy's doing market manipulation and they're like dragging him out and they're like, look at this guy, Alabama man, going to jail, blah, don't commit crime. Yet you can look at some of these like larger, wealthy individuals, just go look at oh my god, CoffeeZilla, Hawk Tua coin or Hawk coin or Tua coin or whatever the hell coin it was. Lots of people, like the crypto space, people are committing all sorts of market manipulation. I know it's not publicly traded stocks that are getting manipulated, but like, yeah, come on. I mean, I'm not saying this guy shouldn't be held accountable, but like, I don't know. I feel like it's on the highway and everybody's doing like 75, 80 miles an hour, just like zoom, 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 zoom. And then like the guy in the minivan who's like in the middle lane, but doing 80, still getting passed by people. They're the one who gets pulled over. And you're like, but what about what? And they're like, nope, were you speeding? Yes or no? You're like, yeah, but, and they're like, nope. Yeah, Sam Bankman-Fried, SBF, Alameda Research. Again, I want to be very, very clear. I'm not spitting. I'm not pontificating. These people have been brought to justice. SBF is in prison right now. Alexander Machinsky just got a sentence to like 20 years in prison for these crimes, okay? So I'm not like stoking flames to elicit emotional response. I'm just saying, actually, I guess to my point, SBF and Machinsky are in jail, so they are going after them. I stand corrected. This sound effect is for me personally.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
CFPB withdraws Biden-era rule.
By the way, I'm wicked glad I'm dumb about it. I really think these people should be brought to justice. It's not okay to rob people. People work hard for their money. People just want the social contract of working hard and having a fulfilling life. Getting a six-pack of beer and watching NHL playoff hockey. Going and cooking out with the family. Just, like, can you not rob my retirement?
Targeting data brokers. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB, is, quote, set to withdraw a Biden-era rule aimed at cracking down on data brokers and their selling of Americans' personal and financial information, end quote. A notice published last Thursday in the Federal Register confirms this action. The Bureau has determined that legislative rulemaking is not necessary or appropriate at this time to address the subject matter further and will therefore not take any further action, end quote.
All right. So the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, these people are watchdogs that, as it sounds, are designed to protect us, the citizens, and not be taken advantage of. I mean, data brokers are out of control. Remind me at the end, I started a new book, which was a recommendation from Tom Lawrence. I did have a really long drive this weekend. Twice I had a long drive, so I finished my Stormlight Archive series, and I started a new book, a nonfiction book, and I want to share it with you guys. It's sick. All right, so data brokers are trying to be regulated. You got... It's so bad. Presidential Trump led the CFP signal to Congress. Let's see. I'm just looking really quickly at what kind of regulations are going to be put in place here. All right, so a data broker rule has been introduced, and it will classify data brokers as consumer reporting agencies under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Ooh, okay. So this has not been put into law, but the idea is that data brokers would be treated like Equifax and TransUnion and stuff like that, which is fine. Credit reporting bureaus, credit agencies, they have all sorts of data, which is why I recommend you freeze your credit if you can, to avoid identity theft and credit fraud and stuff like that. But with these data brokers, if they get, instead of coming up with new regulation for data brokers, they're just going to try to bolt on credit bureau regulations on them. Let's see. Some of the regulations people are pushing back is barring the selling of bulk data. All right, so here's the deal. Ugh. Hold on, what? The decision to drop the data broker rule is the late... Oh. Damn, dude. Okay. So there was regulation, it seems, for putting regulations around data brokers. Data brokers have massive amounts of data. The reason I use Delete Me and why Delete Me as a service even exists is because data brokers have all sorts of data, okay? And there are rules around requesting that data be deleted, but you have to opt into requesting it, not or opt out of having your data there, not opt in. This was supposed to help manage that risk, but it based on what I'm reading, again, I don't prep for this show. It sounds like 90% of the CFPB's staff has been cut, which means they would have been overwhelmed trying to do this anyways, but now they've been told to not even work on this at all. This is not a political hot take, okay? But this is a very polarizing political story and decision. I just want to say there's a lot, like this is a apolitical statement, okay? And then I'm going to move on. There is a lot of money in data brokers. It's the Gilded Age. Anyone that's like super wealthy, chances are they're working with data, all right? Especially like the new money, the new blood, okay? Obviously, if you work in oil or you're an investment banker, you've got money. But I'm just saying there's a lot of people with data making money. A lot of people with money spend a lot of money on lobbyists to get certain laws passed or not passed. People with money spend a lot of money on donating to political campaigns of elected officials. Now, there obviously is a conflict of interest there, but it happens, okay? And we've seen people invest heavily into political campaigns on every side of the aisle. So I'm not saying this is one party or another. And I'm just saying when people, it's such a major conflict of interest, right? When someone with a lot of money who has a vested interest in not having their business operations regulated, you know what I mean? So Elliot Matisse might have to help that guy get a show stood up where he can share his hot takes. We were discussing in San Francisco having a deliberately political show that is balanced around cyber stories, but that's we're on the drawing board phases there. Anyways, long story short, this isn't going to affect you as a business. You're not taking anything from this and driving cyber risk reduction. This is for your own personal.
Ransomware groups target the undefended space between IT and OT. In an interview with The Register, Timothy Conway, the technical director at the SANS Institute's Industrial Control Systems programs, says that some criminal gangs focus on activities in organizations that exist between classic IT systems that run core business applications and operational tech systems that drive heavy industrial infrastructure. As an example, Conway suggests what might happen if jet fuel was diverted to a home heating oil pipeline. He added, quote, all businesses have these middle systems, and encrypting them isn't as difficult as developing ransomware to target OT, end quote. The victims, he says, are also more likely to pay the extortion demands. SANS, by the way, stands for Sysadmin, Audit, Network, and Security. It is a training, research, and certification organization.
Wow. Dude, I was today years old when I learned that SANS was an acronym. Interesting. Guys, okay, this is true, right? I mean, if you're a threat actor and you're looking to cause harm and scare people and you want soft targets, you'll look for them. And OT-ICS has notoriously been older tech, very difficult to upgrade. IT and OT have been, getting integrated. This shouldn't come as a surprise, guys. Okay. I will say part of the challenge for ransomware threat actors is a lot of this OT isn't running Windows 11. You know what I mean? So some of their commodity malware won't work on that. I do want to say really quickly, because I know so little about OT and ICS, if you're interested, literally on YouTube, on Simply Cyber, okay, we have a show called Simply ICS Cyber. You see it right here? This is Don Weber and Ton Van Norman. They are both unbelievably talented, and to say they're experts would be an understatement expert in industrial control system, operational technology, cybersecurity. So ICSOT, cybersecurity. It's a very small world. A lot of people know each other, and I'm telling you, these guys are phenomenal. If you're interested in learning about ICSOT, take the shortcut and consume this show from those guys, and then make efforts to connect with them. I can tell you personally, both are great guys. Don Weber is very interested in connecting and mentoring. So all you have to do is Google Simply ICS Cyber on YouTube, and it'll come up. I'm really, really happy that those guys decided to help Simply Cyber and the community at large bring this ICS knowledge, because I obviously couldn't do it. As always, there you go. Sean Sailors is saying that Windows NT is on some manufacturing machines. Yeah. I mean, it's tough, dude. And they talk about the idea of like rerouting jet fuel to a home, oil burner. I think that might be kind of a outrageous scenario, maybe possible. I'd love to ask one of those guys how realistic that is. You got to remember, they do have a lot of physical security controls in place to help with this stuff, but as it gets all integrated, it's a thing. All right. Also, another pro one, Mike Holcomb, out of the upstate South Carolina space. He was actually on just the other day. Here, look, this is the full podcast. You can see we have a whole season here. They have one more episode here. This is the video with Mike from last week. That was excellent. I'm going to drop it in here. Get your ICS here. Okay. All right. We are at 9.
It's Monday, and that means
It's Monday. Guys, guess what? All right, guys. That was episode 880 of your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief. I hope you enjoyed the crap out of it. Don't go anywhere, because we got a bunch of stuff to share with you. Number one, we are going to be doing jaw jacking. That's a 30-minute AMA. If you want mentoring, if you have emailed me or DM'd me and I haven't gotten back to you, it's not personal. It's just difficult for me to manage the load. But I do the 30-minute show every day to answer as many questions as I can. A lot of people have similar questions, so we can mentor at scale. I also want to let everybody know we've got a full slate of content for you this week. Today is Monday, which means Simply Defensive. How do I computer? Hold on. Videos. Simply Defensive is right here. Chuck Sapp. Oh my gosh, Chuck Sapp. Guys, if you met Chuck Sapp at B-Sides Tampa, if you've enjoyed the Simply Cyber newsletter that comes out every Monday that has actionable intelligence that you can do, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to simplycyber.io/newsletter and sign up. You'll love it. Chuck Sapp is going to be the guest on Simply Defensive. I got to tell you guys, if you want to see the intersection of GRC and Blue, come check this out. I'm serious, guys. I had an opportunity to spend time with Chuck Sapp in Tampa. The guy is aces. He's an absolute ace. I love myself some Chuck Sapp. So come on down and check out that. Also, I forgot to tell people last week, this is insane. Tyler Ramsby actually released a full, 15, 16-hour introduction to AWS pen testing course on Simply Cyber Academy. This course is $20, and it's an insane value. It's insane. I'll drop a link to it, but dude, Tyler does this for a living, and go check it out. It's $20 until I think next week, and if you sign up in the first 2 weeks, which today's the start of the second week, you'll be automatically entered into a contest to win $350 vouchers for Try Hack Me or something. It's kind of crazy. So anyways, the feedback has been amazing. We already have 1,000 people that have signed up for this course, or between 800 and 1,000. The numbers are moving pretty quickly. So go check it out. AWS pen testing. Super pumped. And appreciate Tyler sharing this or wanting to partner with the Simply Cyber Academy for all this. All right, guys. Oh my gosh. Jenny Housley's at Bucky's. All right. Thanks, Jenny. Be well. Guys, stay tuned. I got you covered in jaw jacking. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jaw Jacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some jaw jacking. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Welcome everybody to Jaw Jacking. I am your host, Jerry Guy, coming hot off the heels of the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief with that nerd, Dr. Gerald Auger. Spoiler alert, it's me. Guys, this is a 30-minute program designed to answer as many questions as we can. If you have any questions, put a Q in front and we will get to them. Hey, Kathy Chambers is here. Welcome to the party, Kathy Chambers. How did everyone... Hey, Jabroni. Thank you. Yeah, we got the MTV show coming out. Elliot Matisse doing the right thing, mailing someone their wallet that he found. Guys, what can I do for you? I'm happy to answer questions. Hey, I do want to ask you guys. I got a fun one. For you. Hey, community, as we kind of get the thing going. This is like a Tidbits Tuesday, but I want to do it right now because I really want a lot of like interaction. Hold on. Ed, did Ed got a job? Hold on. Where's Ed? Ed. Oh, Ed, I passed my ISC 2CC. Congratulations, Ed. Nice. All right, guys, here's the question for the community. And you got to be honest. Don't you lie. Don't you hide. Don't you lie. What is the earliest AOL screen name or email address that you had? Okay, what's the earliest? And you youngs, AOL Instant Messenger used to be where it was at, okay? What's the earliest one you remember? Because when you choose it as a young, you're not thinking good choices, okay? I'm going to share mine, okay? Mine was, and I'm going to put it in chat, Audactor82. That was my first AOL screen name. I think it was 1997. That's how old I was. Like we didn't have, I had BBSs like 14, 15, 16. AOL came on the scene with like Prodigy and CompuServe in like the mid 90s. Audactor82 was mine. We got Gamecocks fans. We got Lils, Wolj, Cuda71, nice Emilio, G1Z Finest, IB Me, and UBU. Nice, Kenneth. I love it. Bubba's. So mine was Audactor. I was taking a Latin course, and Audax meant like bold and raw. And of course, I was like wrestling and working out and thought I was an absolute BA. And I drove a 1982 280Z Datsun. And so Audactor 82. So like I'm a boss and I drive an 82 Datsun. Which at the time I thought was so cool. I was like, oh yeah, I am so cool. JMare 1, dark fire inside variable. I like it. I love it. Tony Jack can't even remember. That's all right, Tony. So we didn't go to the theme park. We didn't go to a theme park. We went and visited our family. I did go to a really great hot dog joint. So this is great. Hey, thank you, Jamer. Hey, yeah, dude, I love the 280Z. Hold on, let's look at this. You got to get the two-seater, though. I would drive this car in a minute. The Datsun 280Z. Ugh. To say it's hot is, it's a little obscure, but it's so, oh my God. Hold on. I didn't realize it was going to turn into this. 1 second. Oh my gosh. Who knew this was, you were in for this? All right. I jest. All right. What other questions we got? Oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, guys, remember this Thursday, May 22nd from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern time. So live. It's a live CTF, Capture the Flag. So CTF, if you have been intimidated about competing in CTFs, the reason we do the monthly Simply Cyber Meta CTF event is to break down those barriers, punch imposter syndrome in the throat, and allow a friendly, accessible environment for people in our community to participate in a CTF and play and like hang out with each other. So go ask at Poner Joe, so PWNERJOE in Discord, Poner Joe, and sign up. It's absolutely free to sign up. It costs nothing, and you can win. I pony up $100 Amazon gift card for first, a $50 Amazon gift card for second, and a $25 Amazon gift card for third. And first place gets a very special, you cannot buy it, a black badge role on the Simply Cyber Discord server, okay? It's not sponsored. I have sponsors that do the daily cyber threat brief and stuff. And that, like, the reason I have the sponsors is to make money, right? So I can do things like pay my bills, but also give cash prizes out for fun stuff like that. So go check out that CTF. All right, I see a question coming in chat. Thank you very much, Bryant. I'm still in the process of changing careers. I have no prior experience. I feel overwhelmed. How do I decide what area to go into? That's a great question, Bryant. What I would recommend you do is the following. Number one, keep working, right? Get foundational experience. What you're excited about and what you're passionate about is very personalized, okay? What I would encourage you to do is two things. One, like say you're super passionate about pen testing. Sure, you can get into it. There's a lot of people who want to get into it, so you may find the market more competitive than say like GRC, which is right now. There's a lot of CMMC requirements coming out in the United States, which is pushing up the demand for those professionals doing the CMMC readiness assessments and stuff like that. So you may want to like look for a GRC job with your goal being SOC analyst or pen testing, but you can start getting that job experience. And once you're in cybersecurity, it's not that hard to matrix around, pivot around. You will be consuming a lot of information. Feeling overwhelmed, Bryant, is not uncommon. What I would caution you to do, and everybody in chat, what I would caution you to do, or tell other people to do, is a lot of people make this mistake. They say, oh, I'm going to learn networking, okay? And then they start working on networking, and then like a week later, 2 weeks later, something comes across their feed on cloud or pen testing or web app, and they're like, oh, I'm going to learn this. Like, dude, if you are not taking deliberate steps in one direction, you're going to find out you're walking in a circle and you're not making any progress. You're just kind of like taking like a small bite of like 50 sandwiches, and your goal is to like eat a sandwich, okay? So come up with a plan. It will take time. It's not easy. I know you can do it, Bryant. It's not easy though. Get that foundational stuff and begin to network with people. Do the CTF for free this week, Thursday, if you can. Do some online training, labs and stuff. See where you're interested, right? I am not a pen tester. I will never be a pen tester, but I have done offensive security stuff. It helps round you out as a professional, as well as confirms where your strengths and weaknesses lie. But just know that being overwhelmed is legit. There's an ass load of information. Like, listen, when people say they want to work in cybersecurity, it's like saying you want to work in science, okay? If you were going to say, oh, I want to work in science, and you tried to like consume all of science, that would be overwhelming, okay? So get a plan and execute on the plan, okay? You don't need a 3-year plan, but make a goal, go forward. I'll give you an example. I have decided that I want to learn I want to get serious about AI and agentic AI specifically, okay? But before I get into agentic AI, I've got to really get into AI and getting it integrated into my workflows and stuff. So I, over the weekend, decided this, and now I've started reaching out to people I know that are in AI and asking them what do they think good training programs are, right? So that's the phase I'm in. And by the end of the week, I'm going to have a plan on what I want to, like where I want to be in 3 months. And then I'm going to back up and put together a training program that is possible. Another mistake people make, Brian, and I don't want you to make this, and I don't want anyone else in chat to make this. A mistake is they're like, oh, I'll take this training that's like 60 hours of training and I'll do it in a week. And it's like, dude, you have to be real about your training program. I know you want to do it instantly, but that's not real. Like, you have to be pragmatic about your other responsibilities and your capability to absorb knowledge. All right? Set up a real plan, execute on it. You'll be glad you did. And then come check me out in 3 months when I'm like robotic deepfake AI guys. Sage said, what happened to the community baton? So, for those who don't know, we used to do the Simply Cyber Community Challenge every single day. Sage, we got rid of the baton because it became, it became very burdensome to get someone to take the baton. We wanted to give it away every day. We would have to like hound people. People would take the baton and not post about it. So we basically put it on a hiatus. Chuck Sapp recently asked about bringing it back. We can bring it back if this community wants to do it, maybe on Mondays, maybe 1 day a week. Let's say. Here's the thing. Answer this poll honestly, because here's another problem. We can ask, hey, do you want training on how to be a CISO? And everybody's like, yeah, give me some CISO training. And then you spend the time to put the CISO training together and you deliver it. And then people are like, oh, I don't have time for that. So like, answer this question honestly. We can bring it back. Do you want the community baton challenge back 1 day a week? We'll do it on Mondays to coincide with community member. Maybe we should even do the community member post their story. Although the thing is, I don't want to commit someone to that. All right. What other questions we got? Hey, there's a win for Kerry. Kerry says his portfolio helps someone, and someone showed me how to do the cover letter in line with my job. Employment director is going to help him in the side door. This is it right here. Kerry's been a long-time community member, trying lots of stuff to get in. This is it. Built a portfolio, which is what we've been saying. Did a cover letter and a resume that's specifically aligned to the job, and now he's getting some help from the inside. Perfect, Kerry. Good luck, man. Have a positive perspective on the experience. Soul Reaper says, what would you say are some of the biggest challenges for the cyber industry? Do you think AI could help with these challenges? So I think there's a lot of challenges for the cyber industry. One is threat actors are moving quick. It's hard to, there's a lot of product in the space and competing products. So it's very hard to know what is like vaporware and what's actually effective. A lot of businesses see cybersecurity as a cost center, which makes it difficult to get investment, which means you got to do more with less. So that's a problem. What are some other challenges? Right now, another kind of like major challenge, if you're paying attention at the macro level or you're working in industry, a lot of businesses are acquiring other businesses and integrating that business's solution into its tech stack, which can cause conflicts and basically software not working with software or functionality breaking and causing more attack surface than others. Also, another major challenge is all the things that we've been complaining about for 20 years being the same problems. All right. Hey, Sierra Montgomery, good to see you. I'm just bringing it up. Happy Monday. Space Tacos. Sierra's wanting to know how the healing's going. I'm sorry to jump into your private conversation. I just wanted to say hi to Sierra. Ryusek says attended an AI summit on the short list. Ryusek, are you saying watching the AI summit on replay? Hey, and guys, if you're interested, again, this is like one of those things where like, please don't say you're interested because it's a lot of work for me if people don't want it. But I could document and provide what my AI training plan is going to be and then share it regularly. And you could follow along if you want or comment and help. Let me know. Also, I do want to make a video on how to make a portfolio using GitHub. I was talking with a community member just last week who's a wonderful woman. Love myself, this particular community member. And I was telling her she should do the GitHub portfolio the way that DJ Bsec's done it. But what, would be nice if I fired her a video off showing her exactly how to set it up. So that's been on my short list of things to do as well. All right, I'm looking at chat here. All right, yeah, we have Simply Defensive at 9:30 at the bottom of the hour. Mods, oh, never mind. I don't need it. I've got the link. Okay, so looking at this really quickly. 72 votes. I'll wait till there's 100 votes. We have 300 people here, so if you can, really quick, vote. All right, Bruise and Hacks wants some a plan for that. All right. Oh, I also want to remind everybody, I'm going to do it one way or the other. I'm not trying to like hard sell you at all. Okay. I'm terrible at marketing, especially on the Academy side. This June 2nd through June 3rd, I'm doing a 4-hour day class on personal branding for your cyber career. So talking about portfolios, talking about establishing a voice, personal brand, social authority. Basically, this course is 4 days, 4 hours, a total encapsulation of essentially how I've built Simply Cyber, and not so much the community aspect of it, but more about finding answers to questions people have, engaging in social media. If you're introverted, that's fine. You can do faceless. But my point is, when you go to a job interview, they're going to Google you, okay? And if your blog or your YouTube channel or your LinkedIn comes up, they're going to look at it. And it's going to show them how you communicate, what you're talking about, how you're engaging. Casually Joseph definitely got his job because Casually Joseph is awesome at Unit 42. But I can tell you for a fact, one of the things that they did mention was that they looked at his YouTube channel and were impressed with what he was doing and how he was communicating. I will be doing that course June 2nd through June 5th. There's still time to sign up for it. If you're interested, go get somebody else's opinion about it. I'm not going to tell you it's great or not great because I have a financial interest in that and it would be biased, right? Obviously. All right. Let's go ahead and close the polling. 97 votes. I'll do 3 more votes, please. Dennis Keefe, my OSINT friend. Can you share your thoughts on using skills you have to obtain new skills? For example, swapping work for training costs. I've done this successfully a few times. Can you share that? Using skills you have to obtain new skills. Swapping work for training costs. I don't understand the question, Dennis, honestly. So I don't understand the question. Are you saying like, how do I use my existing skill set to train better? Or are you saying, how do I reconcile not making revenue because I'm basically stopping to focus on self-development? I'm not sure. Personally, every skill that I acquire, I just like integrate into my own, who I am and what I do, and then use it for every advantage I can. One of the best skills I've ever gotten, and again, this isn't for everybody, obviously, but Kathy Chambers will definitely know. When you go through a PhD, they actually teach you how to do very rigorous academic research, going deep on a specific topic, and those skills are wicked transferable. So I use those skills all the time. Hopefully that answers your question. Like even Dennis, like even the way I'm going about designing an AI training plan with the goal of having agentic AI skill sets at the end, I'm doing it rigorously and very deliberately, collecting resources, evaluating them on quality, rigor, depth, attribution of perceived quality, cost, and then reconciling all that, time commitment, and then seeing like what I can afford, both from a financial perspective and a time commitment. Because in case you guys missed it, I'm super busy. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. I didn't fully understand it, but hey, Dennis Keefe, I got to tell you, I love seeing all your OSINT training and accomplishments. Continuing to look at chat, Jabroni says, do you think it's necessary to put a paragraph at the top of your resume? Yes. I think 2 to 3 sentences at the top of your resume, because here's the thing. Think about it this way. When you're scrolling on social media, right? Or you know, news or whatever, you look at the headline, right, Jabroni? You look at the headline, and if it catches your interest, you read on. Right? Think a social media post, write that viral title. You know? That like header, that is called top of the fold. That's the thing that you need to use to hook the viewer or the person reading your resume and get them to want to read more. It's not, there's like a human psychological element to it, right? Look at, I'm gonna just like I'm just gonna go to okay. I mean, just look at any, I go to BBC, right? Tornadoes sweep multiple U.S. states. Which ones, right? Solving the mystery of a dinosaur mass grave at the River of Death, right? I mean, these aren't great examples, but, right? You see it all the time on social media. So yes, that's why you need it. All right. 5 minutes until Simply Defensive. I'm going to speed run things here. Here we go. Speed running chat. Stones fan, my friend, Mr. Cooper. Opportunity to interview a third-party auditor position. What do you have to help me prep for the interview? Oh man, that's a good one. Stones fan, if you have the GRC Analyst Masterclass, the audit section would be awesome on that. I don't know if I have a video on third-party risk. Let me see. YouTube.com, Simply Cyber, third-party risk. Do I have a video on that? Ah! I mean, okay, I forgot about this. It wasn't the best example, but there was an actual Advent of Cyber room I did. Rob, and honestly, dude, at the beginning of this room, I actually fully explained why third-party risk is important and why you need to do it. So you could data mine kind of the mindset and philosophies of those things. I also have a video on, it's an older one, but risk assessment, which would be applicable. You just have to apply it to third-party risk. Here, this is it right here. This is an old school one. Look at me. Original camera, original shot. Young Jerry. I'll drop this one in chat as well. Dude, best wishes to you, man. Crush it. Oh, you do have the GRC Masterclass. Perfect. Dude, go review the audit section and the 4 risk videos. But really, the audit section would be huge. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Good luck, man. I hope you get offered the job and then you decide if you want it or not. That's what I hope. All right, here we go. Looking. Dude, guys, I've had a great Monday morning. What a way to kick the week off. You guys, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but it really fills my cups, man, kicking off the week with you guys. Brexy says, does signing up get you into the... Yes. So if you sign up now, you get into the June course. I have a really janky system for like the live webinar workshops and stuff. So basically, anyone who is enrolled in the course, right before June 2nd, we'll get access to it, and I'll send out email communications and stuff. Basically, you have access to the course materials for 4 months. So when the course materials expire, I'll do another cohort. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense, Brexy. Hopefully you guys are good. All right, we've got the premiere in 60 seconds. Premiere in 60 seconds, guys. All right, here we go. I'm going to end the thing. Dude, 2/3 of you want to bring it back. Community challenge, so maybe we'll give it a shot. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I hope everybody absolutely crushes their day. I have some really awesome things happening this week I can't talk about. I also have some really crappy things that I have to deal with. Someone notified me last night over email about something absolutely insidious that was not on my calendar of crap I have to deal with. And now it's risen to like an urgent priority, which I'm super frustrated about because my time was already allocated for today and I had to bump some stuff. Hey, 0xts05, you don't have to spam chat. CPTS, let me see it. I'm not really familiar with that. Oh, Hack the Box certified pen tester. I don't know. All I can tell you about that one, TS05, is that Hack the Box is really great. I would consider them like more of an advanced skill training platform, right? So like a lot of people say, like, go to Try Hack Me to get your bearings, get good. And then, you kind of graduate to Hack the Box. I don't know about this particular cert in general. What I will always tell people is for certs, definitely go look at what the market is asking for. Are people hiring for that particular and asking for that certification? If yes, then go for it. If not, your mileage may vary on value and return on investment. All right, guys, we're going to go raid Simply Defensive. Wade Wells, Josh Mason, Simply Defensive. I'm Jerry, your chat. Guys, crush it. Have a good one. We'll see you in the raid. And otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time. Until next time, see ya.